So my first memories of reading come from my mom, and she would read to me right before bed, and she would mostly read me Dr. Seuss because that was my favorite. One that we read a lot was The Lorax, because The Lorax was her favorite Dr. Seuss story. And I loved to look at the pictures. I loved how my mom read. I mean, it was all just so fun. Dr. Seuss was just really fun. But as I got older and my mom had my little brother and she had to take care of him, she kind of just stopped reading me bedtime stories, which made me really mad. And so then I kind of hated reading, and I didn't really read much aside from like picture books. There was one book that I checked out for like 3 weeks in a row in the library. It was eventually like, you can't do that anymore. So those were the only books I really liked to read until 3rd grade, when I came across the Harry Potter series, because it's Harry Potter, and I just loved this idea of magic and friendship and being able to make your own family. And it just really got me back on the path to reading, and instead of just being read to. And so then I turned to Twilight and the Sisters Grimm, Percy Jackson, The Hunger Games. Just all of these books really helped further cement my love of reading. I loved getting to visit these different worlds, getting me out of my own head and my own life, and getting to imagine to like be a princess or a wizard or something like that, instead of having to focus on my brother's football games. So as I got older, my mood really started to decrease, and it got really bad, and instead of like getting help, I turned to books to cope. They kind of became my lifeline. I would read anything and everything. I would just drown myself in books and all of these different worlds that I could pretend I was in instead of my own. So I would definitely say that books shaped me, but also saved me. Going along with books, though, is also my acting. That was another really big thing for me in my childhood. And I feel that acting and plays, like the scripts of plays, they're their own kind of books. But what I love so much about plays and scripts is that you get to interpret them. Like, they're like a book, but it's also even more so like a movie in your head, because there are directions and you get to imagine doing these things or being these people. And so that's really why I love books. I mean, they are magic. They've saved me in more ways than one. They've just made this huge impact on my life, and I'm forever grateful.